World of media, it's often been said that if you cite two people against each other, create a bit of friction, then that obviously gets headlines. It always works better, seemingly, though, with women. And I've often said this, that it's very strange when you see these stories written in the mainstream media. They're normally headed up by women, and yet they often talk about the sisterhood, sticking together, breaking the glass ceiling, all of that sort of thing. And when you look at the big sort of catfights that people remember, you do look at people and think it's always in the world of celebrity. The infamous Betty Davis and Joan Crawford making that mega film, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Joan Crawford, even way back in the 1930s, opposite Norma Shearer in The Women. And then fast forward to the 1980s, what was the biggest thing that came out of that soap opera dynasty? Alexis Carrington Colby and, of course, Crystal Carrington firing off at each other, chucking each other in the pool. It was never the men, was it, that really got the headlines? It was always the battling women. But of course, it can always backfire. And this is what's truly happened to the former royal known as Meghan Markle. So as ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. Hope you're all keeping well, fine and dandy, and lovely to have your company. Yeah, this story, as I say, when you think about it, it doesn't always work because, if you look at what Meghan's done, she obviously banked on the fact that she felt she was getting what they call the Gen Z people. Now, if you don't know that term, because it's new to me, and I like to share things with you, as you know, the Gen Z term is the sort of 18 to 24s. These are the people that are on TikTok, Snapchat, that sort of stuff. And these apparently are the band of people that really take sympathy with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. They feel like they've been very badly treated, ill-treated, that sort of stuff. And the rest of us, the more mature and educated, particularly all of us on this channel, of course, we're all a bit stupid. How dare we take sides? We're not taking sides, as I often say here on the show. We're reporting the facts. But the bigger problem now, which has really sort of backfired on Meghan Markle, is simply this. She decided to expose, if you like, the close side of her life by, reaching out and slamming another woman. That other woman is Catherine, the Princess of Wales. It started in the Oprah Winfrey interview when she sort of cited the fact that, in fact, it was Catherine who made her cry, not the other way around. And then that was proven not to be the case. And, it went on and on. And then recently, even Prince Harry waded in trying to defend his wife over some strange story regarding the lip gloss in the book. But as we've seen through many, many different accounts, it's never wise to pitch two women against each other because only one can be the victor. And what's interesting here, I find, is in the case of Meghan Markle, even in America, she's seen her popularity plummet, while Catherine, the Princess of Wales, in new reported polls, is now the most popular royal over in the United States. No surprise really there, elegance and grace and not getting involved with things always wins out. This, as you can imagine, has not gone down too well with the former royal known as Prince Harry. Not at all, as you can imagine. But what's interesting, I think, here is that, Meghan decided that she was going to mock people like our late and wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth, with that curtsy. People don't like you mocking each other, particularly if you're in a position of power. And for those that have achieved a lot, like Queen Elizabeth, this was a huge faux pas by Meghan to include that in that Netflix documentary. But seemingly, of course, it doesn't always apply to them, as we found out on many different occasions. And what's fascinating to note, well, Catherine's popularity has really soared, all thanks to doing that great appearance and, special trip over to Boston for Earthshot. Well, while Meghan's whinging has seemingly backfired, even she's now baffled at the popularity of remaining silent. And that clearly is something that Meghan Markle is not intending to do anytime soon. As ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.